Hi, my name is Andrea, and I'm here with immigration lawyer Colin Singer. Colin is managing partner of Immigration.ca and investmentimmigration.com. This video is on the Quebec Immigrant Investor Program. So Colin, this is the most popular investment visa program in Canada. What kind of investment is it, and what is it for?
So this is the program that's been in operation since 1986. It's a program in which most of Canada's business immigrants are going to be interested in. It's the largest program. It's the only passive investment program available in Canada. Basically, the Quebec government has authority to bring in 1,900 applications a year under the Quebec Immigrant Investor Program. Of the 1,900, 1,235 or 65% are going to be from China, and the balance of 35% or 665 will be drawn from the rest of the world. As one wants to know, this is the program that if you're interested and you're a high net worth individual, this is the program that will practically assure your admission to Canada as a Canadian permanent resident, as opposed to other programs where you have to go through a work permit process first.
Okay, so what is the process then?
Well, one needs to have a net worth of $2 million. You also need to have 2 years of senior managerial experience, or you can be the owner and the shareholder of a company or the sole proprietor of a company. But ideally, as long as you have management experience of 2 years in the previous 5 years, that's the management component of it. Again, you also need to have $2 million in verified net worth in terms of assets.
Okay, so what is the investment?
One has to invest $1.2 million Canadian dollars into a government-approved program. The Quebec government allows these immigrant investor funds to be distributed and allocated to Quebec small businesses, medium and small businesses. The $1.2 million can be financed. So most people who go into this project, most of them who participate in this program, will not be actually liquidating $1.2 million. Typically what happens is people will draw on the financing provisions that are available. Very typically an individual will liquidate 350,000 Canadian dollars. It's a 5-year investment. After the 5-year investment, the obligation for the investor is completed. So if you're financing the investment as an overall, once you've made the initial liquidated amount of $350,000, the balance that you're going to need to make the $1.2 million would be financed to the table by the financial intermediary in question, and that full investment of 1.2 is made for a 5-year period. After you've made that investment, there's no further obligation of the investor under the program.
And what are processing times like?
Generally speaking, the way the program works is you are working with an approved government facilitator approved by the province of Quebec. The application is prepared, it's submitted. It generally takes about a year or so until you either have an interview date. In some cases, some of the applications can be interview waived. Once you have received an approval, you then submit your application to the federal authorities. On the federal side, once Quebec has made its decision on a particular case, the federal authorities will oversee medical and security background verifications. So with the Quebec side taking about a year, one would then look at the federal side, and that will depend where your visa is being processed. Unfortunately, the delays do vary. Unfortunately, if you're coming from, for example, from a visa post in China, the processing times are near 45 months. However, if you're coming from another visa area where the volume is not as significant, for example, if you're coming from North America or Central America, Mexico, many European venues, the processing times are even less than 1 year on the federal side. So it's really going to depend on what your nationality is and what visa office you're looking at in terms of finishing and completing the federal formalities.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Colin. If you're interested in finding out if you qualify, please go to www.immigration.ca and complete our free online evaluation form. We also have further information on this topic in the investor section on our website. And on behalf of Immigration.ca, we look forward to working with you on your immigration project to Canada.
Thanks very much.